guys. There's 11 waiting, and I thank you so much for continuing to wait. Apparently, when I set it for 8 p.m., it said 5 p.m. on here. I just love that YouTube, literally you set the number for 8 p.m. So now I have to go back and look at, I don't know, the time change or something, but hi! I'm here. It's Tarot Tuesday. And I'm actually a couple minutes early even. And I have to watch a commercial to get on my own channel. Skip. Okay. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Rowena and Fatima, hello. Hi, Cherry Blossom. Oh, I'm sorry, Rowena, to hear about your father-in-law. My husband's cousin died on Monday. No, what's it? It was last week. Late last week, I think. Thursday? I can't remember. It was late last week. His youngest cousin. And so we have a wake to go to on Saturday. So it is the time of threes, I think. The time of threes. So hello everyone. Hello Susie. Hi Booklioness. Hello, hello. Hi Johnny Dragon. And I'm trying to catch up here. Hello Leanne. And Phelan and Danny and Lady Blind Wolf. Hi guys. Tarot Tuesday is back. Now, I don't know how the light is going to work directly above. I might have to back everything up. I didn't want to block poor Peter off completely. But I might, because the cards might get a weird... We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Or if he has to get into the bathroom, he's screwed. I'm working on how to do all of this, but we're getting there. So this is the new house. And yes, Phelan got the house that they were looking at. So yay. Congratulations. Hi, Thomas. Hello. Donna, hello. Hello, Finesse. Hexen's here. Hi, sweetie. Due to COVID, we're having the funeral at our winery's event center, right? I know it. I don't even think they're going to have like a public funeral. We're just doing calling hours, and it's a weird way to do calling hours. I don't understand it, but somehow you like sign up for a time slot so that there's not a whole bunch of people there at the same time or something. So yes. Every room is witchy except for the kitchen, right? And I have to say, Peter has been so good to me because not half, but he has a lot of cupboard space in this house. And so a lot of the cupboards he's not using. He just gave me another 2 cupboards last night. He was like, you can have these 2 cupboards too if you need to. And I'm like, oh, really? So I haven't, I'm going to spend this weekend a lot of it, hopefully, unpacking some more. So yes. Hello, Amethyst Ascension. How are you, honey? Some are doing drive-through visitations. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. It's just weird. So the cousin that Peter had that died was the youngest cousin out of all of them. They had mostly boys, and then his sister is the only girl. And he was 46, and he was like the only cousin out of all the cousins that I was actually close to. So I felt bad when the kids were all little. He had boys, and we would go to the drive-in all the time together. And Peter's grandfather's name was Frank Albert. And so when we had Frankie, we named our firstborn son after his grandfather, Frank Albert. And then Gary, also, who is his youngest cousin, his son was born a year later, and he named him Frank Albert also. And we used to, pick on him, though, because Peter's grandfather was Frank Albert Storelli, and Gary was his aunt's son, so his last name was Precisi. And so we used to say, yeah, but we're the only ones who actually have Frank Albert Storelli, and we were first. So we used to pick on each other constantly. But he was a great guy, and I feel just terrible. He had young kids also now, so. And I still am not sure why, what happened. So, I feel bad.
You're fine.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll move everything.
I was going to go behind the camera.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying. I was trying to figure out the light for the cards because I think there's going to be a glare, but. Okay. So, Tuesday. I'm so glad that we are back to Tarot Tuesday. I have to say, though, that it is hotter than the surface of hell itself. And so I really, really hope that it starts to cool off on Tarot Tuesdays a bit, because I'm dying. We only have air conditioning in our bedroom, so in the main house it's a little warm. And I took a shower right before getting ready for this, and stupidly, I decided to take a warm shower. Because I thought that if I took a warm shower, then it would feel cool when I got out. Like, not hot, but warm. Yeah, and I took a shower and stepped out, and it was immediate sweat again. And I thought, well, that was dumb. I should have at least taken a cool shower, because at least then I would have felt cool while I was in the shower. So here we are. So if I am sweating and I look like I'm going to pass out, let me know. And I'll be drinking a lot today. But I'm so glad to be back. To Tarot Tuesday. I really missed everyone. I missed doing my Tarot Tuesdays. Yes, I did. It's funny, I've had a lot of different necklaces and stuff, and I'm just starting to pull them out, and it's, when you move, you find stuff that you haven't seen in a long time. So a lot of stuff that I have, I'm like, oh, look, I haven't seen that in a long time. If any of you are on my Facebook page or on my Instagram, you will see my brilliant invention from last night. I do recommend you see it because I am a brilliant inventor. Yes, I say that with just a tinge of sarcasm. The air conditioner that we have in our bedroom is like literally directly above our bed. It blows directly on us, and my ears and stuff get frostbit. Like literally, it's blowing directly on us. It's too hot to turn off, but the air is blowing directly on us. And so both of us, Peter and I, I'd switch it towards him, and then in the middle of the night he'll switch it back towards me, and eventually I turn it off for a while, and then I try to turn it back on. I end up turning just the fan on, and so but I made a brilliant invention to fix that, and it worked brilliantly. I slept so well last night. Okay, here we go. Any news on Dana? Yes. So hopefully all of you have heard that Dana is cancer-free, which is wonderful. We are all super excited. Got it?
Yep.
We are all super excited. And you're very handy. Yes, I know that. Electrical tape turned out perfect. super excited. She had her first day today of therapy. I have not heard from her this afternoon, but today was the first day of like rehab therapy. You could have slept with your feet under it instead. I know. I actually thought about turning around. This is so bad. I don't want to say this too loud. My husband's feet stink sometimes. And so sometimes the bottom of the bed, I cannot, like, we could have turned the whole mattress around, but everybody was in bed by then, so that wasn't happening. Terrible. Do not tell him my secrets that I tell about him. Okay. I've been watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and it makes me think of that when she tells, like, her husband's stories, and he doesn't like that she gets up there and tells her husband's stories. That's what it makes me think of. Not that he's never said that to me, but I'm sure that would not be something he wants me to share. So, shh. All right, today's card is the Knight of Cups. Fair game. I agree. But, you know, there's no way I was putting my head down there. Mm-mm. Not always, but sometimes. And sometimes it's really bad. Like, I will get out Tea Tree, and he's like, just leave me alone. Yes, I know. Tea Tree is a good remedy for that, by the way. Oh, look at, I have one hair coming off. How annoying is that? And it's gray. Ah. You have to push that back up so you can't see it. All right, 10 minutes. I know, only 10 minutes and we're getting to the card. I'm trying to stay on track here. Okay, Knight of Cups. This is a great card, once again. It's not my favorite card, but it is a great knight card. And I really love this card. So we are going to start, as always. Yep, Prince Charming. When you see the Knight of Cups, absolutely. I think of, I was going to post, I think it's the Sleeping Beauty song, Someday My Prince Will Come, or it might be Snow White. I can't remember. Someday my prince will come. It is that knight in shining armor. I think of Peter Cetera's love song there. I am a man who will fight for your honor. That song? That's totally this card too. Rose-tinted glasses, exactly. Master of Seduction, yep. So do I, my future husband. So steady and marching on, exactly. So we're going to start with the Ultimate Guide to the Tarot. This is the Liz Dean book. This is a proud knight indeed, with his, let me start with, first of all, this is, all knights are the fire element of the court cards. So the knights are the go-getters. The knights are, you know, that's why most of them are on their horses, and most of their horses are in motion. They are movement. They are coming at you. They are messages, that kind of thing. So they are, yay, Karate Kid, right? It's okay. Hi, honey. Hi, Trevor. So they are the fire suit, the motion of the water suit, the fire suit, the fire of the court cards, motion of the water suit. The astrological associations is Aquarius and Pisces, and the key meaning, the key words here is a proposal. This is a proud knight indeed, with his heroic helmet topped with the wings of Hermes. So see the wings on top of his helmet. Hold on, let's make sure you can see them. See the Hermes wings on top. I'm trying to get rid of the glare, guys. Sorry. The Greek god of communication, he sits astride a dainty steed. So this is not that big, powerful horse. This is like the, you know, dressage. If any of you know equine stuff, dressage is where the horses lift their feet up, and they are, it's much more about the showcasing of the horse than going really fast and being big and strong. So this is the, like the dressage horse. Shiny and poised, he is dressed for more appearance than warfare. As traditionally knights all have a quest, this knight's quest is love, signified by two elements on the card. His outstretched empty cup, symbol of his quest for the holy grail of love. Woohoo, Jen with a dressage reference. Woohoo, right? Ooh, don't do that. Yeah, I had my best girlfriend actually was equine studies, went to college for equine studies. His outstretched empty cup, symbol of his quest for the holy grail of love, and the river flowing through the valley, which signifies that he will follow the course of his feelings. So the river flowing through, he'll follow the emotions. He will follow the course of where his emotions are leading him. He follows where love leads. He's got a lot of armor on, like a protection of sorts. Right? Yep, absolutely. So Mr. Sensitive Romantic, yes. Yep. First Night, with Richard Gere. Great movie. The blue of his armor links with the meaning of truth, while the red fish design on his tunic denotes passion along with faith. So the red fish on his tunic over the armor there, that denotes passion. The card's element is fire of the suit of water. Together, this combination makes for conflicting feelings. Fire and water cancel each other out. So the knight veers between vibrato and ultra sensitivity. So 1 minute he is, doing some active, great romance. And then if you reject him a little bit, he can be ultra sensitive. Wouldn't it be nice to have a Clydesdale and dressage? That would be nice. I agree. That would be cool to see that big power, having control. Swedish fish, I think of that too, for sure. His words may be engaging, but he may be hesitant when it comes to action. Not the ideal qualities of a marital knight. In truth, we would rather have the cutting knights of swords or action hero knight of wands to protect us and defend the realm. The Knight of Cups characteristics are more in keeping with the idealized knights of Trayton de Troyes' medieval tales, La Morte d'Arthur, when courtship followed strict rituals. Love was an impossible ideal and often an unattainable lady of the object of obsession, a far cry from real requited relationships in earthy life. So it's like that movie star love, the stuff that's never quite that down to earth everyday love. It's the gaga, the teenage love at first sight love, Hi, Johnny. Such is our Knight of Cups, full of potential, loud with declarations, but will his words of love translate into commitment? We'll see. Puppy love, exactly. Knights and pages in tarot are generally regarded as people or influence, whereas other court cards are assumed to be people, queens and kings. Let your intention guide you towards your intuition, not your intention. Your intuition guide you whether this is a person or if this is the intention of the suit. I'm trying to remember. Did I pull this card? I did my first 2 tarot readings in the shop on yesterday. And I might have pulled this card for one of them. I can't remember. It was a knight, though. And in that case, I knew it was a person. No, it was a queen. I'm wrong. But it was a person. Your Love is My Drug by Kesha. Woo! I am so obsessed with Kesha. I can't even tell you. I hate the idiot because she acts like a dipshit. But every song that she sings is totally infectious and annoying to me that it's so infectious, but I really like her. I think she's such a dipshit, but So like your kids. Yes, exactly. As an influence, the Knight of Cups heralds an emotional time. You may be bewitched by a new love interest or even more than one. Enjoy more romance with an existing partner and or other sweet things that capture your imagination. Beauty, nature, time away from work or your usual routines or creative pursuits. New friends may enter your circle. As a person, it's idealistic, dreamy, artistic, sensitive. This knight is a true romantic. His arrival in a reading shows a love prospect and even a proposal, which is wonderful if you have an established relationship. However, as a new love interest, tread carefully. This knight is an idealist, and while wanting a relationship, finds it hard to articulate his true feelings. He may be stuck behind a persona of the perfect partner, gallant and generous. Who's Kesha? Yeah, Kesha is a pop singer. She's one of, I'm telling you, now here I am. I'm 40 something or other. And I'm not a pop person usually, although I enjoy pop music sometimes. But Kesha is, every song she has is highly addictive. Like it's one of those things, usually it gets in my head and I'm singing it after a while and I'm like, oh my God, I'm singing her stupid song. But her songs are really good. As annoying as I find her, I like her songs a lot. He may be stuck behind a persona of the perfect partner, gallant and generous, but unable to drop the act to let you see who he really is. While this is understandable in the early days of a romance, if the actions don't match the words of passion, take care. Don't be swept away just yet. I'm older and uninformed. That's okay, Rowena. No problem. If this is you in a reading, if you pull this and you know this card is you specifically, be open to real love. Judge not by appearance. Don't be swept away by someone because they're a beautiful person on the outside. Be open to real love. As an influence, if two or more knights fall close together, the meanings are... Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, not yet anyways. That's later on once we finish all the cards. So there is the ultimate guide to the tarot. It's funny, my setup is different here, so I'm gonna learn the first couple of times how to set this up, right? So now we go to the Tome of Tarot. The Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That's right. Annabelle Wen's Holistic Tarot, which is, gosh, truly one of the most informative books on tarot ever. She just has a little bit of everything in there. Now, Annabelle sees the knights as the heir of the suit, of the court cards, I mean. So she sees them as the heir of water. I disagree. I see the knights as fire, but it's one of those things. Don't forget, if it works for you, it works. So if you see the knights as air, then you may connect with this part a little bit better. Charming, affable, equanimity. A knight in armor with red fish printed on his tunic. There are wings on his feet and on his head armor. Ooh, look at, I don't think I noticed the wings on his feet just because I'm not that observant. See? How many years have I been doing this? I never saw that he actually had the Hermes wings on his feet as well as on his helmet. His steed marches forward. A stream, fertile land, and hills are in the background. The Knight of Cups is a charming young man of high intelligence. He possesses great people skills. He inspires and motivates others. The fish on his tunic are emblematic of faith and Jesus Christ. Sure. He's a messenger. Yep, absolutely. For sure. And that would make sense with the Hermes wings on his feet. Hi, Ed. Welcome. He is romantic. He's sensitive. He's a dreamer, someone with lofty thoughts. The Knight of Cups is usually skilled in the arts, very social, charismatic on the outside, but on the inside his feelings are easily hurt, and he doesn't take criticism well. So understand that he is someone who is emotionally very into whatever he's doing, but if he's not doing something right, this is not someone that you can correct very easily. He sees the world through poetry and beauty. Of the four knights, the Knight of Cups is the most intuitive and compassionate. He is an admirer of the arts and has a strong sense of style and aesthetics. Makes me think of, if any of you watch Penny Dreadful, the Frankenstein character, John, what the hell was his name? He was named after a poet. John, the Frankenstein character. The monster character is so a Knight of Cups character. He's all about poetry and love, but he really doesn't understand how to capture a love, right? He doesn't understand how love works. He just thinks it's an aesthetic thing. That's very much this Knight of Cups energy. Very much. Me too. Yes. More seasons of Penny Dreadful, right? Yes. Such a great show. We're rewatching it, which is why it probably came to mind. But he is a physically attractive man and is often admired by many for his attractiveness and charm. In a reading for a seeker asking about love, he could indicate the appearance of a young male with the foregoing qualities. Figuratively, the Knight of Cups could indicate assertive behavior in interpersonal relationships or being outwardly expressive of one's emotional state. Water dominant, the Knight of Cups demonstrates strong people skills, charisma, empathy, intuition, and maybe a gift for prophecy. Loved Penny Dreadful, however, I wasn't very happy with the end of it. I should watch it again. Right? It's funny. After a year or so, I kind of forget the details of it until we get closer. So don't tell me. But I think I remember being disappointed with the end too. And I thought, really? Ooh. You finally made it. Yay! This is always on when I make dinner. Well, I'm glad you're here, Ed. So good. Just such a good... Lots of witch stuff and lots of real information in the witch stuff. I love when she goes to see the witch in the little cabin, and she teaches her a lot about intuitiveness and trusting your gut and how to look into yourself and see things differently. It's really good. You're making dinner too? Yay! There is a tendency to be moody. Could signify Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So yes. All right, so that is Benabelle's Holistic Tarot. Never seen more than 10 minutes because you couldn't get into it. Really? You can't get past 10 minutes? You have to. I usually give it 2 or 3 episodes. Sometimes after the 3rd or 4th episode, it gets really good. And now... You're right. If you really can't stand it, like to the point where you're like, okay, I'm so done with this crap. Sometimes it's just not for you. Got a refill. Didn't realize they were canceling until close to the last episodes. I hate when they have to rush it. Hold on, I'm going to grab another drink, guys. Gotta keep hydrated in this heat. I think I might do my next video sitting in the refrigerator. Takes an average of 3 to 8 episodes to get into a show. Exactly. Penny Dreadful now is on Netflix. It originally was on Showtime, so if you have Showtime, you can watch it on Showtime. But now they have uploaded all the episodes onto Netflix, which is where we're rewatching it. Okay, so the last book that we go through is the Modern Tarot by Michelle T. Love this book. This book is like talking to your girlfriend about what tarot means to you. Really good. I like this book a lot. Yes, Josh Hartnett, yes, plays one of the main characters. He plays the cowboy character, and whew, he's pretty. He is pretty. Okay, When the Knight of Cups struts in on horseback, I guarantee you things are about to get interesting. The things that are great about this person are great, like really, really great. They're funny and polite and dress awesomely and are super romantic and very artistic and creative and sensitive and easy on the eyes. But here's the bad side. They're often too good to be true. The Knight of Cups is in love with love. They enjoy the heady rush of falling for someone. They enjoy doting and doing sweet things. They play a mean game of seduction. They're usually good in the sack. However, they have a hard time sticking around for the deeper, more challenging aspects of a relationship. Indeed, with many a Knight of Cups, things rarely progress to a relationship after that dizzying first explosion of dopamine. If the Knight appears as a person, they are ardent, pleasant to be around. You will almost certainly get a crush on them. Whether or not the affection is returned, you will for sure think you have a chance because these Knights are major flirts. Major. Especially if they know that you could be interested, they flirt even more, even if they have no interest whatsoever. They're that kind of person. And that's not to be mean, by the way. They just treat everyone like that, kind of. So that it's like that's how they are. They're very charismatic, exactly. They can be the coworker who makes the workday just a little bit more exciting. They can be the friend you've always had a little bit of energy with. And if they do represent someone you're actually involved with, you are certainly swept off your feet by now. The emotional energy of Cups as held by the fiery Knight tells a story of love and sex gone out of control. Your Knight may be totally legit and 100% smitten with you, but your pacing and the intensity of it all may end up burning everything out in spite of your feelings. If you or your friends think things are moving too fast, they probably are. So keep that in mind. If your friends are like, things are moving a little bit too fast here, don't you think? They may be a Knight of Cups kind of person. Put the brakes on if you can. You probably won't want to because it feels so amazing to be swept away by this Romeo. But just know that you are trading intensity for longevity. It may be beyond your control anyways. Until the Knight of Cups matures and learns how to manage the intensity of their own feelings, they'll be leaving a trail of broken hearts behind them. If you are the Knight of Cups, try to take a breath from your latest fling to catch coffee with your friends, touch base with your family, maybe even spend a minute or two alone. Right? Romance makes you feel alive. It is the source of much of your inspiration and motivation. It makes everything more vibrant. And if you're artistic, it's probably your muse. But getting high off other people can be damaging for everyone. Try to go a little slower. Nurture your other relationships. Check yourself out of love jail for a day or two. And pay attention to the object of your affection. If you don't really see this going anywhere, but thanks to your pro-seduction techniques, they are ass over heels for you, maybe it's time to cut them loose, regardless of how rad the sex might be or how delicious the ego and dopamine boost you're getting. It is truly special to be gifted with such a sensitive, romantic, artistic temperament, but you must learn to handle yourself in a way that is more balanced for everyone. 30 this last April for us. Coming up on my 14th anniversary with my husband next month, longevity, but I think Jen has us beat. Yep, was almost 30. Yes, this year was 29 years this year. 30 years with my hubby this April. Woohoo! You got me beat, Amethyst. Beware the dopamine hit of drama, right? That's right, for sure. If the Knight of Cups shows up as a situation, it's a nice one. Something glamorous is on the horizon, something you must say yes to. This could be a social activity or a job or promotion that increases the glamour in your life. It could also represent a period of intense artistic inspiration. If so, do what you can to devote as much time as possible to producing work while this inspiration is hitting. So while the muse is here, make sure you get as much done as you can. Yep, and then I lost it. There it is. Take advantage of this time. Even if the work itself isn't your best, getting out such a wide range of material will ultimately be beneficial to your process and to your career. This is also a great time to go on a shopping spree. Woohoo! Especially if you have a fancy event coming up. A full-on makeover might be called for, and with the Knight of Cups, you won't sweat the splurge. You know you're worth it. Yes, so great book. This is, you know, one of the books that I just love to read because it brings it down to earth. It talks like we talk. You know, she's really good at just telling you this is how this card is. Oh, thank you all for congratulations. That's amazing. It's not amazing. I'll tell you guys. I try to say this as best I can because I don't mean to unromanticize love. Love is awesome. But Peter and I have made it 30 years due to incredibly hard work and coming back to each other time and time again. I cannot count, literally cannot count how many times I have left Peter's ass. Because, you know, it's hard. It's hard work. He's a pain in the ass. He does things wrong. I do things wrong. I am a total bitch. And it's just coming back to each other over and over and over and over. At the end of the day, it's just coming back to each other. There isn't a secret formula. There isn't a, you know, secret thing to say, this is how my marriage has worked. It is just deciding that marriage is worth it. And that you know, he loves me and I love him. And so every time shit goes to hell, somehow we keep coming back to each other. That's what it is. It's hard. Compromise, respect, acceptance, lots of chocolate, right? Absolutely. It's hard. Yes, exactly. And there are things that it's really acceptance. Acceptance is that. Hard work, that's right. Acceptance of each other and each other's faults and it's funny, after that long, you don't see the faults as much. The things that drive you crazy, you love about him anyways. Because it's him. That's what makes him him. And I have, thank goodness, part of it is learning to let go of trying to change him or to think eventually he'll change this thing about him. If you can't live with that thing, then it'll never change. It's people don't change who they are fundamentally. I mean, you can change some, you know, the way that you react to something, you can change that kind of thing, but fundamentally they don't change who they are. So if you can't live with that, there's time to get out. So, yeah, exactly. He's my person, always. Even when I want to strangle his ass. I love him. He's it. He's the person. Yes, lots of acceptance, exactly. I have, like, literally, we've divorced and gotten remarried. I have left his ass more times than I can count. I have moved all my shit out of our house before. Always, yes, that's right. That's right, yes, and we have too. We've been together, we got together when I was 18, and he was 20, and so we've been together a lot longer than we've been alive. Or not alive, that's a silly statement. We've been together longer than we've been apart by a lot. End up complimenting each other's faults, exactly. That's exactly it. I know what he's good at, and thank goodness I let him do the stuff he's good at, and he lets me do the stuff I'm good at. And, you know, sometimes it gets to the point where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm good at that's good for him. Thank goodness he loves me for it, because it's like this stuff. 18 and 22, there you go. Yeah, more than half our life, exactly. Exactly. That's how it, yeah, we got divorced a long time ago. Goodness. My oldest kids, who are 20, my oldest is going to be 28 in August, the end of August. And I think when we divorced, he was like 3. So we're talking a long time ago, early on in our marriage. I was like, that's it, done. And then the divorce papers went through, and the next day we got back together. That was an expensive lesson. Okay, so back to the card here. Awesome card, right? I love this card. This is an amazing card. There's lots of amazing examples. Now, of course, I may have gotten out quite a few because this is our first Tarot Tuesday back. So I kind of had to get out a few. We married 3 months after meeting, right? You look like Laura Ingalls' Little House on the Prairie. That was our second wedding, Leanne. That was that picture that was on our back porch. It was our second wedding. Because we didn't get remarried right away, which is hilarious. We had 2 more kids before we actually got remarried again. We never told too many people that we were divorced, though, so nobody really knew. I didn't change my name. I didn't. But legally, we weren't married for quite a few years in between, legally. And so we had 2 kids that we weren't actually married for. And then we got remarried after, I think, pretty sure Joey was born. I think. But yeah, that's the second. I cannot find my first wedding picture. I honestly cannot find. I'm in this awful, ugly red dress. Sorry, Mom. It was my mother-in-law's dress. And it was awful. But I do have one picture of it. And I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time. But okay. So we got a lot of examples here. This first one. Thank you. I know someplace I tell a lot of the stories. I'm kind of a blabbermouth. Can you tell, squirrel? I've told a lot of our stories. I've told a lot of our bad stories. I've told a lot of our good stories. We have lots and lots of stories. 30 years you grow up together. So yes, that's true. He definitely started out as a Knight of Cups and then grew up. So it's funny that we had this whirlwind romance, and then suddenly he grew up, and it was like, and that only happened because I divorced him. I hate to say this, if it doesn't come out here, because I kept trying to change who he was. And it wasn't me that could change him. He had to figure out that he wanted to be an adult. And that only happened when I got out of the way and allowed that to happen. All right. Yes, this is the 5-cent tarot. Knight of Cups. So here we have let me put my glasses back on. Sorry, guys. Make sure you click that like button, guys. There's only 26 likes. And the more likes, the more thumbs we get, whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down, to be honest with you. I'm okay with that. If you don't like this video, you can thumbs down it. The more interaction we get with it, the more you share it on Facebook, the more you share the video with people you know, the more YouTube will put it out there for other people who have never found our channel to see. So, this says, charmer, proposal, romance. I love the little seahorse. The jellyfish is awesome. I so wanted a pet jellyfish. I told my husband a long time ago I was going to have a box jellyfish in our bathtub. He wasn't very happy about that. Box jellyfish kill you, but you know, I think they're beautiful. Really gorgeous card though. I do like the 5-cent tarot. Is a nice card. I will tell you the keywords. It's great to have keywords, especially when you're a beginner. These keywords are great. I was talking to Cass the other day, and she pointed something out, and I thought, yeah, that's true. I specifically try not to look at the keywords if I'm using this deck, because once you know the tarot, the keywords can be kind of distracting, and you tend to then lose some of the images that you would like. You might notice the jellyfish flower over here, and you might not notice that if you're looking at the keywords. And so if you're a beginner, they are awesome to keep you going in case you kind of forget a little bit what the meaning is supposed to be. But try not to rely only on them. Make sure if you have a deck that has keywords, look at the pictures around it and feel what you feel about the card. Try to remember before you look at the keyword maybe what you remember about the card, and look at the hints you get from the visual cues that are on the card. And then if you're still like, geez, I'm not sure, maybe then look at the keywords. This is the 5-cent tarot. Jellyfish are immortal. I know, it is. It's an amazing thing that they continue to live and live and live. Except if they dry out on the beach and sting you. They don't live through that. Duh. Do you believe in love? Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. Okay. This one is shit. Is not shit. Is the Lay of 9 Worlds. This is the Lay of 9 Worlds deck. This is that Viking tarot, the Norse tarot, with the runes on top. I love his face here. I love that he is being gentle to his horse. He's kind of got this faraway look on his head, in his face, like he's thinking of someone he loves. His bulging muscles. Weird head. It's just a Viking head. The bulging muscles and the drinking horn. I was looking at the horse, right? I know, me too. Love this deck. It's a great deck. Here's the back of the deck. Yeah, he's like gentle with the animals. He's, you know, one of those romantic types. You can tell he's in love with life, right? Wrong neck. Oh, long neck. Oh, yeah, he has a long neck. That's true. He has the thing that Cernunnos always has in his left hand. He has that around his neck. I always think it's an Oberos. I'm not sure if it is. I can't remember what the hell that's supposed to portray. It might be an Oberos. I can't remember. That saying, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Yeah, it kind of does spin that story. Thank you, Torque. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. This is from Baba Studios. Ooh. Somebody, my admins, if any of my admins are on, try to remind me to email Baba Studios and change my address so that the new deck that I have already paid for, the next one that comes out, gets brought to this address. I have to change my address. This is the, whatever the heck it is, Baba Studios. What did I do with it? Mythical Creatures. This is the Mythical Creatures Tarot. This is a great Knight of Cups. Love the dragon energy here. Love that the dragon is, disrupting this journey across the ocean. Such a gorgeous deck this is. Love it. Did I get out? Oh yeah, I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Thank you, Leanne. I'm a new subscriber and was wondering what your signs are. What my signs are? My astrological signs? I'm a Libra, Taurus, Libra. If that's what you're asking. But Libra energy, lots of air. Little earth, little fire, no water. Yep, my sun sign is Libra. My moon sign is Taurus. My rising is Libra. I'm a Libra, Taurus, Libra. So this is the slow tarot. Love the, not again. At some point, we have another sylph energy in here, but this is the sylph kind of riding up with the knight on the back. Oh, Kelpie, yes. Did I say sylph? There is one with a sylph, but this one is a Kelpie. You're right. I'm trying to think. There's a difference between the two, isn't there? We have a sylph on one of the other cards I'm going to show. But so there's a hint of danger here. There's a hint of luring you in with this knight. He also, it's funny, is paying attention to the cup and not looking where he's going. He'll ride his horse but won't leave. Yes, his cup home. Yes, exactly. Yeah, love the teacup. Love it, love it. This is the Muse Tarot. This is the Knight of Emotions. I love the Ammonite here in the background. Going to a bring your own beer party. Woohoo! Love the horse here. The Muse Tarot is really a great deck. Future class, absolutely, Rowena. I will tell you that the astrological stuff is stuff that I'm learning as I go, but we definitely could learn together. I wouldn't, as long as you know that I'm learning before class to teach you, and I will have lots of questions with you. But I had somebody who was it? I will recommend Dustin Demora. And what the heck is his channel name? Dustin is great. He has a whole series that he started that I started watching, and then of course I got so busy. What the heck is his channel name? The Muse. Thank you. The Muse Tarot. Dustin's channel is called if nobody else has it, let me know. I will let you know. Metaphysical Man. I knew somebody would have it. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, you have to have your entire birthday, Jackie. Or, you can get more generalized information, but your entire birthday is needed because down to the time, if you have it, it's very important to get the natal chart correct. They don't do anything with that information necessarily, but you need to have it in order to get that information correct. Sometimes, a minute later could put one of your signs into a different planet or that kind of thing. So, yes, this is the Muse Tarot. This is Chris Ann's other deck, which is an amazing deck. This is the Light Seers Tarot, and boy, is he the consummate Knight of Cups. Yes, there's some that you don't put your name in. It's free, no email or other info collected. That's true. Look up free birth charts. And some of them you can put a fake name in. You don't have to put your real name in. A lot of them want your email, but you can always block them after. Here. He changed his name to Modern Metaphysical. Yes. Thank you, Anne. Yes, yes, yes. And I love, Dustin is great. And he did a whole series on astrological, teachings. And they were great. Thank you, Leanne. You are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Leanne. I so appreciate you. My 16-year-old son, ladies' man, right? Absolutely. He looks like nope to me. Yeah, he's a little young. Kind of reminds me of my idiot boys, too, who are super handsome, but, a little bit of players and, yeah. Cafe Astrology, that's where I always go for mine, too. Chris Ann's decks are great, guys. I will tell you that this one is amazing. The Light Seers Tarot is such a good deck. We did get this at the shop. If you're interested, I also, I'm sure, have an Amazon link. We just got this deck, though, at Mystic Dragon's Lair. If you're interested in the deck and you want to support a local kind of mom and pop shop. I know, Chris Ann is amazing. She really is. I wanted to hate it too, Emma. I cannot tell you. Because everyone liked that deck, I thought, oh, come on. I just don't want to. I don't want to like it. I want it to be cheesy and, like everybody likes this deck. But I have to say, it is, I would say it's probably the best new release of 2019. Ticks me off that it was that good, but it really was. Roses are fashioned from red condom wrappers. What? Really? That is awesome. You so cannot tell. But that is so awesome. I love the love note and the little wine basket and stuff. He's got this picnic set up. And there's a love note and the wine basket. And he's a player for sure. This one is Forest of Enchantment. Or Enchanted Forest. Yes, because he's a fuckboy. Sometimes, a fuckboy is all you need. It's okay. This is Seeker Visions. Again, same kind of, he was playing the harp in the middle of the forest with his long flowing locks. I mean, he is trying to play you for all you're worth, right? Who the hell brings a harp out into the middle of the forest? He's totally like, I'm so romantic. Look at me. It's caused confusion. Yes, the book in this set is called The Enchanted Forest. That's right. The harp is bait. Come hither. Yes. He's a siren playing you into his grasp. Love, love, love. This one is the Celtic Tarot. Oh, wait. Nope. This one is the Modern Spellcasters. Love that he is riding the damn fish. He's showing off for you completely. There's nothing wrong with playing a folk harp in the woods. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. It's just, it's a little, yep. It's a little come hither, for sure. Love that he is such a show off here. He is one of those that will stand on his head, you know, in the rain for you to get you to pay attention to him because he wants that attention. He wants you to see it. Druidic. Let's call it druidic. That's great. Yes. Hey, I love long hair. Believe me, love long hair. Peter had long hair when I met him. Well, he had a mullet, but it was long in the back. It's been a long time. Don't judge. So bad. If any of you saw those pictures, I just found pictures literally of the year we met. So funny. So funny. Hold on. Wait, do you guys want to see them? Literally, they're right in the front of my purse, I think, still. Hang on. Let me get them out. They're hilarious. Not that I want to go all squirrely and distract you all, but they are super, super funny. Ow. So keep in mind, I was 18, he was 20. Gosh, you can't even. Hold on. Okay, and I have to say, back then, now, so those of you who know me now, you know that my spirit animal is a peacock. My spirit animal is a peacock because I had a lot of body image issues. I was way, way, way thinner than I am now. But I wore huge, massive clothes to cover my body because I had image issues. So it's funny to me because I look like I'm huge, but if you look at my face, I'm really not. I just wore, and I mean massive. I shopped at the Big and Tall shop for men because I was like trying to hide shit all the time. And then I, found my pagan calling. So just so you know ahead of time. So here I was at 18. That was my best friend Erin next to me, but I'm the tall one. I think I have a cigarette in my hand because I'm an idiot back then. This is Peter and I. He has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth because he was an idiot, but here he is at 20. How tall am I? I'm 5'10", 5'10" and a half. So here we are. I was 18, he was 20. Maybe he grew his hair out for me because it doesn't look that long in the back. Here we are again with friends. The tiger tapestry, we had them all over our house. See, this was Peter and I's apartment. We got an apartment when we moved back from Florida. So, yep, this is us at 18 and 20. My goodness. So long ago. Holy moly. I wonder if I can tell what books there are. Even back then I had lots of books. Cannot tell to save my life. But I love, look at the rabbit ears on the TV. He's gorgeous, right? I know, it was so 80s. So 80s. He was gorgeous. He was that Italian little hottie. He was gorgeous. And I had a cigarette, like in every picture. What the hell was the matter with me? This one was like velvet. That tapestry was velvet. I always had a cigarette. Terrible. I'm so glad I quit. Oh goodness. I quit a really long time ago now. When cigarettes went to $5 a pack, I quit. How did we meet? I'm going to make this a very a very short story from a long one. I'm going to try. Oh, and here he comes. So he's going to try to do his thing and say I'm wrong. But,
You're not wrong.
no. He was living at this apartment complex called the Pines of Parrington in Fairport. And my mother had like kicked me out 12 times. And, I was not the perfect teenager for sure. But I knocked on this door of the apartment complex because I knew everyone. There was like 12 people usually that lived in this apartment, this 2-bedroom apartment. And so I knocked, and I knew every one of them. So I knocked on the door, and Peter answered the door, and I had no idea who he was. So the first thing out of my mouth was, "Who the hell are you?" And he said, "Who the hell are you?" And I said, "I'm Jen. I know everyone here. Who are you?" Because I don't know. I was an entitled little 18-year-old bitch. And from there, like, I totally didn't like him at all at first. And he was like a cocky little asshole. And we were supposed to be going to a concert with like everyone who lived in that apartment. And I called to find out who was coming, or I called to talk to Darren, one of my friends who lived there, a couple of days later. And I asked him if he was going. I'm sure I was just trying to be nice. He thinks that I was hitting on him, whatever. And he had to work, but he came to my party afterwards, which I was having a party at my apartment, which at the time was my father was in the hospital almost dying from his appendix rupturing, and I was having a party at his house, which got him kicked out of his apartment. Wasn't I nice? Want to make a bet? It was a Striper concert. You are wrong, actually. It was Queensryche. Who was the other band with Queensryche? It was Queensryche, Suicidal Tendencies. That's what concert we were going to that night. So him and I got together after the concert, and we got together. See, he liked me. Exactly. He was totally hitting on me. Yeah, it's right. It was all him. Suicidal tendencies. Mama was a hooligan. I was, I'll be honest, I was not a good little girl for sure. I definitely never pretended to be a good little girl. I was kind of the bad girl. Yes. I was. And the rest is history. We literally, I think, a month later, I think we moved to Florida together. Like a month after we met. And the rest is history. I was smoking lots of weed. Yep, I was too. Yeah, I was a burnout. I did not drink a lot. Like, I never drank a lot, but I was kind of a burnout. Everybody in that apartment was a burnout, though. Except for Peter. Weed does not affect Peter, so he never did it. We were married 3 months later. Right? That's the way it works, isn't it? All right. Back to tarot, people. I don't even know what this deck is. Damn it, man. Yes, I do. This is the New Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. I love that this knight is in the creek. The horse is right in the creek. So talk about, overwhelming emotions. He is right in the middle of the creek or the lake or whatever this is here. This horse is right in the middle of it. Mama, I'm still a damn hooligan. Mischief and chaos should be part of my name. That's true, Leland. That is true. It's because you don't have enough decks. Yes, exactly. I am in the process finally of counting all my decks. I'm putting them all into the Libib app, and all the ones that have, yes, Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore, the new Barbara Moore one. All the ones that have barcodes are now in the Libib app, and you can friend me on there, and I believe you can see my shelves, so you can see which ones I have. I'm in the process of, you have to manually put in all your independent decks, which is literally all of the second shelf here is all independent decks. So it's a lot. You have to like put them all in. I bet 98. Oh, you're way low. Way low. Because there's decks in the bottom of this too. This is all tarot, and that one is all oracle. Libib. It's Libib. Libib. If you friend me, I believe you can see all of my shelves. So, Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. This one is, you have at least 200. Yeah, I believe I do, Finesse. I think in the app right now, I believe there's like 165 tarot alone. So, and I separated, my shelves are separated. Tarot and Oracle are separate. And I think my tarot side has 165, and that's mostly the ones that I could, so that's mostly mass market. I've tried to start putting in, there are some independent in there, but I still have to put in most of my independent. I haven't put in yet because I'm lazy and it takes me a long time. Here is the Celtic Tarot. Again, he has the damn raven is on his head. He is such a show off. He's riding a fucking dragon. I mean, come on. Or like 300 or more, including Oracle. Yeah, with Oracle, I can't remember how many Oracle I have. I think that would be a great contest. Guess the number of decks. Absolutely. Actually, that's a good idea. I'll try to put that out this week. That'll be the next contest, because I think I'm close to, how many do I have? My next big subscribership is coming up. 7,000, so 6,900 and something or other. So if I get to 7,000, when I get to 7,000, we'll do a 7,000 subscribers thing, and the winner, it'll be how many tarot decks, and well, how many decks I have. I have to decide if we're going to include playing card decks that I use as tarot, or if we're not going to include them. Celtic Tarot. And that is, he's hanging out on a dragon. He's totally showing off. So you can totally see that energy there, right? The penis throne deck. That's right. Here we have, this is the Mermaid Tarot by Lisa somebody or other. We talked about it today in the Mystic Dragons live. I love this one. He's looking at himself. So he's so enamored with his beauty. He's kind of staring into the cup. Now, he may know, how to scry, doing some water scrying to find his true love or his next screw, who knows. But my guess is more likely he's just looking at his own beautiful reflection. Peter says I can relate, looking at his own beautiful reflection. It is a gorgeous deck, for sure. Those golden locks. Really pretty deck. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Again, such a great one. Come on, the locks of gold. He's, talk about blowing bubbles out of his ass. He's on a broom, and these bubbles are heart-shaped.
I love that the kitten is going after the heart-shaped bubbles. And then you notice after a little while that, look, there's a shark underneath him. He's not really paying much attention to the dangers that surround him, right? Did I say everyday witch? Not everyday witch. Not everyday witch. Yeah, everyday witch. Not that everyday witch. Everyday enchantment is Poppy Palin. This is everyday witch. I have a pair of Bessums on their way as of yesterday. Awesome. Where are my Bessums? Oh, they might be out in the mud room, in the laundry room. I have to look. Now I'm like, holy shit, I haven't seen my Bessums since we moved. Oh, you know what? They're in. Yes, I have. That's in the witch room. This is not the witch room. This is the overflow witch room. Poppy Palin is everyday enchantment. This is everyday witch. So I love the shark is circling and he has no idea. All right, Cha. Good night, sweetie. Green Witch, again, love the horse in this one. Appaloosa is my horse anyways. I just love Appaloosas. But I love that there's a standing stone circle. There's candles on the standing stone circle on the altar. There is this gateway, this trellis with roses. And he's put a ring of roses around his horse. You know, he's very into the romance of it all. Very, very much. This one is a new one. This is Darkwood Tarot. Again, this is, we have the picnic. He has this bubble, toil and trouble kind of look to him. I love the picnic basket. I love the face here. The face says it all. He is very sly with this. They have a Green Witch mascot. My granddaughter just graduated. That's awesome. Sexy vamp, maybe a daywalker, right? Yeah, he's very suave. You know, the face says it all. He's the Spike of Buffy. Gotta throw in a Buffy reference every once in a while. The Litha. Children of Litha Tarot. Love this deck. Love the white horse. Love the elven knight. The white armor. He's holding on to the dragon head. He's slain the dragon. So he literally has slain the dragon. Beautiful. Children of Litha. This is the True Black. Have you guys gotten your True Blacks? I know a lot of people ordered the True Black. Finally went up the second edition. And I know a lot of you ordered it because you had been looking at it for a long time on my channel here. Here is the Knight of Cups from True Black. Phelan did, yay! Jen, does the Libib show info on the decks too, like Goodreads does? It shows whatever info you enter into it for the independent decks, and it does show info on the decks for mass market decks. I don't think as much info as Goodreads does, but love the True Black. Boy, it is a work of art kind of deck. I will say it every week probably, but the work he does with light, the way that he focuses the light, he shows light in his art is unbelievable. He shows where the light is coming from, how it hits each shadow of each muscle, you know, where the light is going and why. He's a master at light work. Truly a master at light work. Really gorgeous. Warning, this is my new deck that I showed the other night. It is explicit, so not for children. This card, not a for children kind of card. Warning ahead of time, explicit content, just so you know. This is the Warden of Vessels. This is the Knight of Cups in the Sabbath Tarot. This dude is who Thomas Kincaid thinks he is with his awful purple cottage pictures. Yes, right, Leanne? For sure. Well, hello there. Yes, this is the Sabbath Tarot. If you did not see the unboxing of this deck and you are interested in this gorgeous erotic art of this kind of a deck, I highly recommend this deck. It is quite a deck. Leland, you were not there when I unboxed it. You will like this deck. It is absolutely a gorgeous deck. And very similar to True Black in like it has the rose petal finish that True Black has. Would love to touch that horn. I mean, those horns. Yeah, it is quite an erotic deck. Really stunningly beautiful though. It's the Sabbath, Sabbath, the Sabbath Tarot. Just came out. I backed it on Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter deck. It should be shipping, like, it's under pre-order right now, and they should be shipping fairly soon because they have been shipping Kickstarter decks for about 3 weeks now. It shouldn't take them too much longer to finish, and then they'll be starting on pre-orders, I think. That's a lot of full frontal horn. Yes. Yes, it is double V in Varden. That's right. I was busy climbing all over my boyfriend. I'll go watch the unboxing after this. And then you can go climb all over your boyfriend. It is that kind of a deck, let me tell you. Yep, we all were pretty warm after that unboxing, I can tell you. This is the 78 Tarot. This is the Mythical Addiction. Yep, can't even speak after that. So lovely. That's how great I am after one sexy, hot, erotic image. This is the 78 Tarot Mythical Edition. I do want to read a little bit about this card because it's really good and you can't tell. This is the 78 Tarot Mythical. It says, to me, he is like a teenager, giving all when infatuated with something, but also fickle. Thank you, Leanne. He's a rebel, always exploring boundaries. He loves and mourns what he can't have with an incredibly consuming energy. This card drew some striking parallels with my own life while working on it. I chose, and I'm never going to say this God's name wrong or right, but it's Xochipilli. It's Xochipilli. It's the Aztec god of song, dance, and love. He promotes love across all genders, which drew me to him. What other god could represent the knight's open nature? Right? So he promotes love across all genders, which I think is a great representation of this knight for sure. Love that one.
The other 78 tarot that I have is the Elemental 78 Elemental deck.
And again, I wanted to read the artist interpretation because it's such a gorgeous card. Such a gorgeous card. He has his helmet off. He's got the cup in his hand. This is where the sylph comes in, I believe. I was really drawn to this card right away and knew I wanted to give it my own spin. I thought about the poem La Belle Dame Sans Merci and knew that this was what I wanted my knight to be. In the poem, a beautiful maiden preys upon an errant knight, causing more heartache. So I wanted my knight to represent this idea in a way. At first glance, he is simply a knight, handsome and charming. Is he offering you a drink from his cup? He looks like a normal mortal. But is he? Is he simply a knight errant you've stumbled upon in the marsh? Or has he been waiting for you, knowing you would be there? As for his charger, it is a kelpie. I'm so wrong. Where did I get sylph from? I gotta look it up now. One of these cards, I swear, had a sylph on it. A beast known for luring unsuspecting folks to their doom from the moment they touch or attempt to ride it. So that's the second card we've seen with a kelpie on it. Great, great, great deck. Love it, love it, love it. This is, again, one I wanted to read a little bit from. This is the Next World Tarot. This is the independent deck, the Next World Tarot, because it's actually, no, this is, I think this one is not the independent deck. This one is the bigger deck, though, the first edition of the US Games version. So it's bigger, so you can see it better. And at first glance, I thought, this so does not say Knight of Cups to me until I read it. And then I was like, oh, holy shit, this is good. Charming and glowing, but treading on naked, vulnerable steps. The Knight of Cups wants to rescue someone or something through a walk down a perilous terrain with mind-bending vistas that mysteriously heal. The Knight of Cups just wants to listen while reminding you of your magic, beauty, and the calm after the storm. The Knight asks you to open your heart to the situation at hand. Let its affection coddle you while staying grounded. Ask yourself the important questions about purpose and intention. Are you idealizing an imperfect reality, or is the most logical path being led by the heart? The Knight asks you to forgive yourself for walking away. Unleash a celebration. This is an invitation to explore what your insides are truly asking for. Sherry Bug. Thank you, but that's not why we wish. Is to get wishes back there, lady. But I thank you. Anyways, but we don't wish to get wished. But thank you. That's very sweet of you. We're down to the last couple here. So this is the Arc Tarot and Oracle, which of course is the Dolphin, the Knight of Cups, Joy, True Romance, and Trickster, which is so the Dolphin. I can so see the Dolphin as the Knight of Cups. He is that happy-go-lucky, luring you in, but really doesn't want a long-term relationship with you. Wants just to play. He wants to play, and is so good at that. And finally, our last two normal decks, and then we go through before and after. But we're getting there. We're almost there, guys. An hour and 30 minutes. You're doing great. So first we go to the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I love this card. Here we are in the subway with one of the subway singers. Love this card. Dolphins get high on pufferfish toxins. That's hilarious. I totally believe it. That's totally Knight of Cups too, right? Here's the story. I'm in love again. Can I help it if the world's so full of attractive women? Every time one floats by, I hope my lilting love-lorn ballad will reach her. If she's the one, that mystical, magical girl of my dreams, she'll come back to me. Am I the man she's waited for? I'll flick back my gypsy hair and let her see my flashing eyes. Oh, look at me, Lady Guinevere, with your tumbling flaxen tresses. I see your peachy skin, sapphire eyes, and long lashes brushing your blushing cheek, and I offer you a paean of praise. It's not crude lust I feel for your noble beauty, but a perfect longing. Such a blonde goddess should be worshipped, not grabbed. It turns my stomach to see youths with sloppy clothes and foul mouths grappling girls that deserve better. What do they see in such louts? My way is old-fashioned, but it has honor and finesse. I'll transport you with my transcendent music, just as I'd take you on a white horse into the sunset. Oh, come back, my love, and stay with me forever and a day with me. Ah, well, she's gone. She wasn't the one. But wait, who's this I spy approaching? A virtuous Maid Marian. Ah, a pearl with alabaster skin and... Love that one. Love it, love it, love it. So good. Oh, that painting Peter did of the open book is so awesome. You mean... that one? Yeah, that's one of his favorites, I must say. This one is his... I don't think I can... Oh, yeah, I can. That one is the Lunasa painting I asked him to make. Yep. Ooh, come back. There we go. Is he using acrylics? Yes, he is. He is. So that was the Everyday Enchantment. And finally, we get to the El Goliath. He just finished, he got a commission of, somebody wanted him to do the elements. So he just finished his fire element, which I love. It's a phoenix. It's awesome. Oh, hopefully she won't watch this. She's not usually on these, but here we go. This is the Knight of Cups for the El Goliath. Such a gorgeous card. And the Knight of Cups is represented by a young male wolf looking up at the stars. He has, now I don't know if you, oh yeah, you should be able to see it from here. See the wolves and the stars? His pack there. He has one foot in the dream world and one foot in the other. He is creative and super intuitive. The Knight of Cups needs lots of space to be free, and his heart belongs to the great divine, the wild. He is charming, agile, and attractive. This card indicates a deep connection to others and also a connection to a tribe or pack. This is a younger male adolescent energy. Not always, but sometimes. that is playful and a natural dreamer at heart, who may wander off from his group to simply be alone in his dreams and thoughts. Isolation is sometimes needed for him to reconnect and look deeper inwards. Much like the wolf, the Knight of Cups is a powerful hunter pursuing the things he wants. He is connected to his family, groups, and tribes in a telepathic way. He cherishes family and sees no separation between himself and the people he loves. He will lay down himself for others and sometimes opts to be ruled by his heart more than his head. This can sometimes get him hurt. If this card comes up in a reading, it's telling you to pause, rest, gain composure, and ultimately that you're leaning more towards your heart than anything else. Really a beautiful card, right? Okay, we're going to take actually, let me do Stephen's notes on the Knight of Cups. So if you pull this card for a career and finance reading, the Knight of Cups suggests pursuing your heart's desire and doing what you love. The emotional fulfillment from your work may be more important than the financial reward. An opportunity to do the kind of work you've always wanted to do could arise, and now is the time to seize that opportunity. And that's happening a lot, I have to say, in this time of COVID. That seems to be that tower moment. Don't forget, in the tower moment, there is a reawakening. There's an aha moment at the end of this tower moment that you will get to see something that is something you never would have noticed before. There is something very reconstructional that's going on in your life, that at the end of this, you can see something transformational. And in this time of COVID, in this weird time that 2020 seems to be, I've seen a lot of tower moments in people's lives where lots of things have gone bad. You've lost a job, you've been laid off, you have not been working, and there's some kind of transformational change, that you get your dream job, that you get to do what you love, that you figure out a way to switch things around in your life that you wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. So keep that in mind if you're going through a hard time right now, that there's a lot of that going on right now, and that people are realizing their dreams because they have to think in a different way. Okay? Make sure you click that like button for me, guys, if you haven't already. Any challenges in your work may require some creative and imaginative solutions. Are you guys there? Wow, everybody got really super quiet. Just checking. Is this thing on? In a health reading, the Knight of Cups is usually a positive card in regards to health matters. It suggests that your emotional state will affect any potential progress. It is therefore important to keep a positive outlook. Relationships. The Knight of Cups indicates that if you are in search of a new relationship, such an opportunity is either an offer or soon will be. The nature of any relationship is all about being swept up in romance, seeing everything through rose-tinted glasses. There's that idea of looking through rose-tinted glasses. And having a too idealistic expectation of the relationship is cautioned against by this card. And in general, when referring to a person, the Knight of Cups is a charming adult, traditionally a male between 20 and 35. They are emotional, romantic, caring, gentle, idealistic. They may be a water sign such as Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, which, by the way, Peter is a Cancer, so he was totally the Knight of Cups when I met him. In situations, this card can represent proposals, offers, good news, invitations, which come with a sense of excitement. It signifies gentleness, affection, and warmth. I ran to speed. That's okay. All right, so the before card. So this is the present moment. Before that present moment, what happens? A young maiden comes up to offer the poor knight a drink. Here you go, sir. I'm just a little lady, and here I can fill your cup and give that to you. Right?
So my job disappeared, had to go to Medicaid, but I am at this time, I'm using this time to do all the pre-surgical things I need to have weight loss surgery. It won't be till the end of the year. Your transformation. Sherry Bug, see? Good for you, honey. And that's the time to do that. This is the time. I've seen that over and over. My niece just called me and said she got her dream job working for a veterinary. She's an animal person, and she's going to be working for a vet. She's totally excited. That's right. Nothing is guaranteed. That's true. Live every second. Love it. Then we have the after tarot. So after the present moment, this is what happens right after. He is headed towards the river. Remember, the river is his emotional being, and he's going to follow that river wherever it leads. So he's following his emotions, and he's drinking it in. All that emotion he's drinking in. He's following it to the river. And so now he's got it inside and outside. That emotion is all throughout. Great, great after card for once. I like it. Now, the, shit. I always forget the name of this one. It's right here. This is Tarot of the New Vision. And this is, we get a view from this side. What's happening from this side? If we were to turn the camera all the way around and look at it from this side of the horse, what would we see? So we turn the camera and we get a look at the river. So we have this woman. I realized she's washing her hair in the river. I have to admit, when I first saw it, I thought she was holding up a severed head. Just because that's the kind of day I was having. But she is washing her hair in the river. And we see, a passerby saying howdy to this knight in shining armor. Okay, so that is the Knight of Cups. Any questions about the Knight of Cups before we pull for next week's tarot? As we get ready, I will tell you, I gotta figure out which one of these we've been through. As we get ready to pull next week's card, I will tell you, we did the World card and the Hanged Man and the Sun already, right? Page of Wands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the side we did. Okay. I think. Yeah. Death. We haven't done Death yet. I don't think. Nine of Pence. The Hermit. I don't think so. I will tell you that the next admin interview is going to be Leolyn, I believe, right? Did we say? Danny is next week. Leolyn is this weekend. Do Temperance next week. Thank you, Thomas. Or do the Queen of Rat Pussy next week. Yay! So this weekend, we will be doing the next admin interview. Admin spotlight interview, and that is Leolyn. I guess if the knight has a proposal or is a fuckboy is dependent on, yes, your intuition and the surrounding cards. Exactly. That's exactly it. And the person, your querent too. Sometimes it's funny. The querent sometimes does not want to give up a whole lot of information. I had one of the querents that I had yesterday had never had a tarot reading, and that's fine. I don't mind, popping a virgin's cherry. But they think that they shouldn't tell you anything. They think, to start out with, that they that you're supposed to tell them everything, and they shouldn't tell you anything. So I was trying to pull shit from them. Like, does any of that resonate with you, or does that not sound like something? Because if not, then it could be that's coming, or it could be
a person instead of what I'm initially feeling that this court card was a situation or, you know, whatever. And of course they, because it sounds super gay. I love the word queer too. And that, I think that might be why I like that word too. But so it's funny that they almost like refuse to tell you because they're like, you're psychic. You should know everything. And it's funny that they think that. But yes. Yeah, the admin interviews have been amazing. If you have not seen the ones we've done, please look back. They've really been awesome. It's fun to learn about the admins in a way that we hadn't before. Stevens was the first one, and that's literally, like he told me, that's the most he's talked ever in life. Which was so great. I learned things about Steven I didn't know, and I talked to Steven a lot. It's been really great. What was I saying? The Dana auction. We're going to be doing the Dana auction. I hope, I'm hoping for Labor Day weekend. I got to talk to Cass still about it. I did your first reading. I popped your cherry too. Woohoo! I'm just popping virgins everywhere. Do you have a video on your channel for ancient knowledge transfer? Oh, are you the one about Scully's to transfer that knowledge? I gotta see. If not, I can do one. That it's not very hard. It's easy to set up. Please message me on Messenger if you can, and I will try to do a quick one tomorrow. Because what's tomorrow? Wednesday. I should be able to do it anyway tomorrow, even during the day at the shop or something to set it up. Because we got some new Scullies in anyways, so I need to do that anyways. So message me on Messenger to remind you. Remind me, not you. Dana's auction, I'm hoping is going to be Labor Day weekend. So at some point that Labor Day weekend. Because she owes $800,000, literally, for her treatment. She's going to a lawyer, so hopefully things will be a little better. But I will tell you that they want her therapy money up front. So it's like $600 something a month for her rehabilitation therapy. And so we really could help her out by having the auction soon. How would someone get a reading? If you look, I have, you can either message me or I have my Etsy, I believe is, yeah, my Etsy shop is listed down below. I'm not sure if it's even open right now, to be honest with you. I might have let it lapse for a couple weeks because of my move. But if it's not open, message me on Facebook Messenger. And I can do a reading for you, no problem. I know, could somebody click that and see if my Etsy shop is open? I can't remember if I let it lapse for a while on purpose. It's not very much money, so I usually let it go, but I think I purposely let it lapse. I think. Can't remember. Yeah, I know. Yeah, thank you. America's healthcare system. That's exactly it, and that is exactly it. $800,000. That is, she owes over $800,000 for her treatments now. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's open. Oh, good. All right. So they are listed there. Thank you. So her therapy treatments are over $600 a month that she has to now pay up front before they will do them because she owes so much. They won't start her therapy until she pays up front. She did pay for the first month up front, and she said to me, so I'm going to see how it goes, and then if I can get through the first month and then I can kind of figure it out on my own, then I don't really need to go after that. And I'm like, Dana, we'll discuss it, but you're going. Sorry for the F-bomb. M.A., do you know me? I say fuck all the time. Fucking healthcare system's fault. Yes, exactly. It really is. Especially when it comes to that stuff. So they will not do her therapy though unless she pays up front for it, and it's over $600 a month. So she did pay for the first month already. Danny and I and Pat and Cassie, I believe, are going to be doing some tarot readings to donate that money to her medical bills. That Barb girl, it's because our healthcare system is for profit. And as long as it's for profit, it will always be like that. Because at every step, there is a for-profit company that is trying to make money on it. So from the drug companies who are charging as much as they can for every little pill, to everything is separate and for profit. So every step of the way in our healthcare system is trying to make a profit. So like the company who make hip replacement, they have to make a profit. And so, and then the company who sterilizes equipment, they have to make a profit. And then, so when you have a socialized medicine, and I know that's an evil word, guys, I'm sorry to use it, but let's all be honest, we have lots of socialized stuff in this country. It's just for some reason, the stuff that we know we can make a profit on, we say that's an evil word. But our fire system is socialized. Our policing is socialized. Our schooling is socialized. There's no reason that medicine can't be a socialized system where everyone has the right to have health care. And so that's it. Insurance billing, yep, it has to do with that too. But that's not the only reason. Every single thing is profit. So the insurance companies are profit. Every single thing in our healthcare system is for profit. Where when you have a socialized healthcare system, everything is not for profit. So they're not trying to make a buck on every step of the way. And it makes a big deal. That's why we've had such a hard time with this COVID thing too. That's part of the reason we've had such a hard time, is because people, who don't have health care may not be taking care of the COVID until it's almost too late, because we can't afford it. I don't have health care right now, so hope I don't get it, because it will mean that I have to go bankrupt. It's paid through taxes. Exactly. That's what socialized means. Is it's paid through taxes. Of course, it's not free. People don't volunteer their time, but just like the fire system is through taxes, and your policing here is through taxes, and that's where it all goes. And that's because healthcare should be a right. It should not be the rich people get healthcare and the poor people get to go bankrupt. That's just not. And I know it's a political thing, and I try not to get too political, but to me that is something it should not be a political issue. That is something that I believe that everyone has the right to have access to health care. That just should be it. We pay $35,000 a year for insurance. And there you go. I know. Yep, and I hear you wait months for basic appointments, but you don't go bankrupt because you get cancer. I would be willing to wait months for basic appointments if it meant that I am allowed to get health care eventually and I don't go bankrupt. It means that Dana, who has cancer, has an $800,000 bill that she's supposed to pay. They are withholding part of her treatment because she has to pay up front. That's bullshit. So, enough political talk. Let's pick the card for next week. Next Tuesday will be the second Tarot Tuesday since our return. So this weekend, look out for Leolin's interview. The end of August will be Dana's auction. What else? Next week, Tarot Tuesday will be back, and I believe Wednesday will be Danny's admin interview. Yeah, the American one, it's just insane. It's just insane. And I'm not saying that yours has no problems. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that they recognize and acknowledge that people should have access to health. No, we did not do Tarot Tuesday last week. I know I had said that it was going to be that, and then I forgot to change the event on it. But, all right, let me see here. Next week, I've been shuffling.